Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Alhamdulillah. Wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in wa man tabi'ahum bi ihsanin ila yawmiddin amma ba'd. This is the seventh session of our study of the Seerah of Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiyallahu anhu. In the previous class, we went through some of the things that happened with Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiyallahu anhu in Medina and during the migration of Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiyallahu anhu, in Makkah, and some of the things that happened during his migration from Makkah to Medina. Okay, so today let me tell you some of the services and some of the contributions of the family of Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiyallahu anhu during the hijrah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. In the initial days of the hijrah, while the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and Abu Bakr radiyallahu anhu were in the cave, Abdullah radiyallahu anhu, that is Abdullah bin Abi Bakr radiyallahu anhu, okay, he used to stay in the day in Makkah, and he would be with the Quraysh, and he would listen to whatever they're saying, and he would gather intelligence, he would gather information, and then he would go to the cave, Ghar Thawr, okay, at night, and then he would spend the time with them, and he would tell them everything that the Quraysh are planning, and he would come back before daybreak. He would come back before morning. So he kept doing this, okay, till Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, they left the cave. Then Asma radiallahu anha, she was the one who tied food and drink for the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu anhu. And at the spur of the moment, when she did not have anything to, pack the food, she tore her waist belt into two pieces, and she tied the journey food of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu anhu. There is a very interesting incident which happened with regards to the hijrah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. After Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu anhu and Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they left, Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu anhu's father, okay, Abu Quhafa Uthman bin Amir, he had not yet accepted Islam, but he was not against Islam. He complained to Asma radiallahu anha that, see, your father, he hasn't left anything, and I think he made you people sad because he did not leave anything, but he took all of his wealth. Okay, and Abu Quhafa, he was a man who was blind. Abu Quhafa Uthman bin Amir, the father of Abu Bakr, he was a man who was blind. So Asma radiallahu anha, she did not want to make her grandfather sad, and she did not want to tell the truth that indeed Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu anhu did not leave anything back at home. So what Asma radiallahu anha did was that she took a small bag, and she put some stones inside that. She tied it, and she told to Abu Quhafa Uthman, the father of Abu Bakr, that she put his hands on this bag, and she said that, see, Abu Bakr has left so much for us. Okay, he has left so much for us. So when she said that, Abu Quhafa Uthman felt that, okay, Abu Bakr has left so much, he's not left us poor. Okay, so when Abu Quhafa Uthman got to know of this, and he touched that, and he felt that Abu Bakr has left something like heavy, he said that he has done a good job, for leaving you, because he left so much for you. So now Asma radiallahu anha, okay, when she recollected this incident, okay, Asma radiallahu anha said that, no, wallahi, Abu Bakr, that's her father, did not leave anything for us. I did that simply because I wanted to make the old man, that is her grandfather, happy. So Asma did not lie, okay, she did not use a false statement, okay, but she gave him an impression that Abu Bakr has left something without lying. And we must remember that even during migrating, even when Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu anhu was migrating, He was very protective of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And if anybody would ask, like who is this person whom you are walking with, he would not say this is Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He would say he is my guide. Right? He would say he is my guide. But in actuality, he wanted to say that he is my guide, my source of guidance. He is the one who guides to the right path. So many times, if you want to save yourselves, you can avoid saying a lie instead of saying something. Instead of saying something like what Abu Bakr said or what Asma radiallahu anha did, in order to save yourself from lying. Okay, and this should be done in extreme and dire cases. Okay, like how they did. Asma did it so that she does not make her non-Muslim grandfather sad, and Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu anhu, he did it so that he does not bring about a harm to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Okay, now another person from Abu Bakr's family who helped the people, who helped them in Hijrah was Amir bin Fuhaira. He was actually a servant of Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu anhu's house, and Amir bin Fuhaira radiallahu anhu, he too, after the incident in the cave, he too went with Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu anhu and joined them in their march towards Medina. So he was also there with them. So this was about the service of Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu anhu during their march towards Medina. Okay, and when they entered Medina, a lot of people were confused and they could not recognize and they could not differentiate between Abu Bakr and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And they would come because the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam had a physique and had the looks of a young man, but Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu anhu, he looked weak and old. He had the features of an old man. So people started coming and greeting Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, the people of Medina who don't know Abu Bakr and neither do they know Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu anhu realized the confusion. So he covered the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam in a respectable manner. Okay, and he acted as if he was honoring him, like he acted like that in front of them. So people realized that okay, this is Abu Bakr and this one is Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Okay, and the people realized it. Okay, so we can see the great love and devotion that Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu anhu had towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and his messenger. Okay, when Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu anhu entered Medina, Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu anhu, he felt ill, like many of the companions of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When they did Hijrah to Medina, they felt ill. In those days, Medina was called the land of fevers. Medina was called the land of fevers. So the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the Sahaba, he supplicated to Allah to make Medina beloved to them, just like Makkah was beloved to them, and remove the fever from Medina. So fever was removed and it became a place which was hospitable for the Sahaba, and the Sahaba later on loved Medina more than they loved Makkah. Okay, so inshallah we will be taking more benefits from this in the next class. For today, this much. Subhanakallahumma bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik.